And it started, I think. I
We'll,
think.
we'll see if my hand dance comes up. Oh, something's happening.
There is something happening. I have my preview window open on my dashboard. I can see things. Maybe. Yep.
Oh,
There's people. I'm looking at myself, but there's a delay, so I'm confused because I'm trying to look at myself, but there's a delay.
I'm looking at myself and there's a delay, which is the same kind of delay I get when I look in the mirror, so it's perfectly okay.
Uh-oh.
Now I'm buffering.
Yep. So am I.
It just couldn't
Holy
hand.
hell! OBS just tried to upload at a full 6 megabit.
Okay, they will block you if that happens. I hope it will readjust.
It did. It did. It just dropped back down, but wow. Good job, OBS. Close that. And close out anything that might be taking up bandwidth or throwing things off.
Hey,
Close that.
underscore.
Close that. Minimize that because that's not taking up anything.
Wow. This widescreen mode really tells me that I need more hair care products.
So pink. My hair's still so pink.
Mm.
I'm going to turn it blue. Dark blue. It was the one dye that didn't have
Executive
before,
dark
so.
blue.
Executive dark blue?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Exactly. So yes, we're in pre-show. We're in the new podcast. This overlay is temporary.
Hello, everyone.
It's kind of what we had available, and we're like, we'll throw it on screen.
Yeah, we're basically we're going to build as we go. So we may talk about this, but as you can see, we've got a new name. That name may stick. We have a general kind of box square presentation area that will semi-stick and change. But we'll see how this goes and improve as we
And
you
Skype
know.
just said internet connection problems.
Yay! Nothing ever changes. Hey, Lamb.
Everything says it's fine. Connection speed between you is slow.
Yeah, I see the connection problem there coming up on the screen now. I'm looking at my hair. It looks like I've got a hippie spider on my head. It's just lots of
You'll see
wavy
this in a few seconds, too.
Fabio locks. Okay. Hey, man. We'll just do a quick pre-show.
Yep.
Before we start the show. Are you doing something with a... Oh, stroke me. To be honest, it's you have to be ever vigilant.
Hey, Lamb and Mammon.
Okay, I do have a complex now.
Gopher?
Yeah, just brushing the pointer away. Get off. Yeah, underscore. When I lose my beard, I lose everything. Actually, this is it trimmed down. I had a full-on Grakees until Sunday. Hey, blood.
A full-on... So that's a new style of beard when you get the octopus going and everything? It's a Grakees?
It's a Grakees. It's where you are a man, but you are feral man. Feral put on.
Except it wasn't that feral looking. It was trimmed up, and it had no neck beard going on with it.
Well, let's put it this way. If you were eating and food accidentally dropped, your beard could reach out and catch it.
I know! It was wonderful.
It's like,
It was
oh my God,
alive.
the rice. Oh, I've got it. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
it doesn't get on your shirt or tie that way. The beard catches it and puts it back into your mouth for you.
Yeah, yeah. Although I like having a large beard because when you do go off to social functions, it's always a pleasant reminder to tell you, it's like you really should have groomed before you went out. You want the Grakees. Okay, so let's have several Grakees. So we have the Grakees the beard. I want the Grakees as a wrestling maneuver. I want the Grakees as a chat-up line. we can just have a list of them and go, what Grakees are you in for today?
It should also be a crime. What Grakees are you in for?
Yes, I can't believe I committed 6 Grakees today. I still haven't
Oh,
been caught.
that is so perfect. I don't know what it is about the name Grakees. It lends itself to being so many things, apparently.
Yeah. Um, what was it the night the
God, oh God, Mammon. Give her the
Grakees?
Grakees never fails.
Ooh. Oh, I'm like, do you have the hey Red Idiot Ties? I hope I pronounced that right. This is a pre-show. We're about to do our first episode of a new podcast, and it's just a goof. So happy fun times.
Yep, we don't even have a screen to cut and everything else and all those
Yeah,
wonderful things. So it
yeah.
is what it is.
So every so often you probably see us go and scene.
Yep.
So that was a jump cut trick. We'll figure it out in post. Oh, what's it? F it, we'll do it live.
F it? You mean fuck it?
Yeah, I know, but I'm keeping my powder dry. Well, mostly dry. I'm wearing a nappy.
It's good to know.
Switch.
Everyone in chat, I'm just waiting for the reaction before we actually go live, just to hear them be like, "He said that word," because I never say that word.
Is it a chance for me to talk about a product I was once tempted to create called for you because you've been dyeing your hair. Sometimes other people would like to dye their hair as well, and it doesn't necessarily be on their head. And it was for a feminine product and it was gonna allow you to tinge your minge. And it was like Ginger Minge with Minge Tinge, and in a range of lovely colours.
Oh, that is wonderful. And people
Mm,
would buy that.
I think people would,
Little microcombs.
yeah. And we were giving names for the colours, like orange blossom.
It works so well.
Yeah. So we're going to get probably a couple of intermittent internet connection things. Is that on my side or your side? Is there anything I can do?
It's Skype connecting the two of us, so it's both.
Okay, I'm as uh, I'm as closed down both internetly and emotionally. So that's about as good as we can get, I think, on my side.
We can harmonize to start off.
Okay, are you ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Oh.
Stop. There we go.
And we are live with the very first episode of Late Night Vacuum. Name might be changed.
Patent pending. We have just to make sure we can trademark it. So we're contacting all the various hardware companies to make sure that we've not suddenly infringed on any vaporware.
It's
But
true.
we are real and we are here.
It is very true. We are well, I'm not actually real, but
You're real to me, and frankly, that matters to me.
yay!
So yeah, I just want to say it's great to be back. We had a couple of weeks off where we thought about things, retooled. This is going to be a podcast talking about what's that thing that we're fans of? Do you remember the name of it?
No, it's some small little tiny thing that
Yeah,
off in the corner of something.
well, we're big fans of indie gaming, and so a couple of years back, this indie company kind of both crossed our radars.
Box.
Star
Wait, no.
Fox. Oh, Star Fox. We'll come to that.
Yes.
But Star Citizen, and yeah, so we both fell in love with the idea. We both did Fry with the wads of cash,
Oh yes.
and now we live with the consequences. But those are so good consequences.
I love the consequences of it. It makes me so happy and
Hey,
tingly.
I'll leave that tingle to your own devices, but it is how we met and how various other great community members have met and bonded over. So this is a podcast about Star Citizen, but it's also a podcast about other space games, and it's also a podcast about, as I call it, and we've kind of called it, the idea and the hope of space and what that can mean
Yes.
to us. That also doesn't exclude us talking about other games, but you'll find that we're going to be more space focused. We're probably going to go into the minutiae every so often because we're nerds.
We are, and it's wonderful.
Um, so I think everybody knows who we are in chat right now because we are broadcasting this in Twitch or Vision, and it will kind of go elsewhere over time. And if you see us elsewhere, make sure to hit a like or do whatever they ask you to, because, stuff. But I just want to say, as a quick one, what have we been playing? Grakees, you've been playing quite a few things, I see.
Yeah, the list is quite long for me. I've been playing Elite Dangerous again, traveling
Heard of
back
that.
from the center of the galaxy. So that's another one of those space games out there that I've been playing. Played some Ark in the time off. I played a lot of that. I have a super
Hmm.
secret project that I got to get back to building in that when I decide to venture back because it's addictive.
Hmm.
And I've been playing the new Batman game.
How is that?
Once I got it to actually run properly, it's been wonderful.
Now, we can talk about, I think, this and some of the games that we've been playing and how we've been finding it. But can you believe that they actually stopped the sales?
Oh, they stopped. They're done?
No, Steam. They pulled it off Steam. The new Arkham Batman movie, Batman game.
Oh, they pulled it off Steam? I didn't realize they pulled it off
Yeah,
Steam.
yeah. They issued a statement saying we're going to fix it.
Oh, well, I'm glad they did that. I love how you're just showing all this off while we're talking about games because, well, gamers drink. We
I
do
can
a
multitask.
lot. You can. I want that skill.
Actually, I'm trying to multitask and realize I can't put this down. I have to drop it. So I have to put it down carefully. Yeah, no. So let's kind of pull back because now there's always been a lot of yeah, to underscore saying quite the collection of empty bottles. That was only their current state. I still nostalgically remember them from yesterday. Um, so now there's been a couple of changes in Elite, and I know that this may be old news to some, but I think it might just be worth top line something about what they've kind of changed recently with what's the name of the system they've got?
Power play.
Power Play.
Yes,
Yeah. So what has that done, and has it kind of improved the game in your eyes?
it has done improvements to the game in my eyes. It's basically it's faction warfare. So you pick the faction that suits your play style the best, along with the group that you want to work for the most, or groups
Okay.
that you're sort of aiming for. You can only pick one person to work for, but it's like, do you want to be independent? Do you want to be pirate? Do you want to go work for the Federation? Alliance? Empire? Yay. Do you want to do combat, trading? Do you want to do exploration? So they have different groups that you can do missions for, and it fits your playstyle, and then you work on spheres of influence and making those spheres fall under your purview.
So has that kind of improved like the overall? Because it's like I think one of the things that people were feeling in Elite is that you were doing things but not really changing things or influencing things as much as you wanted. Has this kind of improved that?
Yes, yes, in my eyes it has. It could use some work on PvP still. Honestly,
Okay.
there are still some pretty hefty problems with the PvP system, which would make it even more visceral in the game. Where if you run across another player, it's not, let's fight until one person's shields falls and then they run away, which is what
Okay.
the game is right now. Instead, it would make it very, very real consequences to getting involved in the politics. But the rewards could also pay off more, so they could work on balancing that.
Okay. Are you? But you said so. You can only be one faction. Is it one faction at a time? Can you transition?
You can switch,
Um,
yes.
okay.
And there
But
is a penalty to doing it.
so there's never. So I guess because I used to play Elite. When I say used to play Elite, I got out of the station. And I flew
So,
around a bit.
like
So
Star
I'm
Citizen.
not really like Star Citizen, except less asteroids. So I flew for longer. Um, but I guess for me, does that mean that you can't double agent or do any of the sneaky stuff?
You could.
Okay,
And
okay.
if you're working for person A and decide to then go work for person B, you leave this person, and then in the 24-hour or whatever it is time span that you're gone, I can't remember what the timer is exactly, you get
Mhm.
hunted by the person that you left. They don't like
Nice.
you leaving their little group when you say, yes, I will serve you. When you say, no, I won't anymore, they go, fine, you're dead.
Well, it's tradition. Although in the working world, we typically call that garden leave. Um, where you get you can't work for anybody, but you get put to one side for a bit. So that's good. And Ark. Now I thought Ark was mostly just a dinosaur thing, and then I started watching the trailers, and it had a bit of a science fiction bent to it.
Yes.
But that looked to be kind of end game stuff. So obviously, I'm kind of really interested in the SF side of things. Did you kind of get any more info on that in the game as you played, or was it all kind of
It doesn't tell you what's going on. That's part of the
okay?
mystery of it, is that you don't know why you're there, and everyone thinks maybe it's an alien experiment, or maybe these arcs are, they took DNA from all sorts of things from Earth because maybe Earth has ended. No one really knows.
Mm,
So, yeah, that's the thing with Arc. But dinosaurs.
Chinese. I bought Ark and I uninstalled Ark without playing Ark.
Without playing Arc.
I have that was it was such it was the circle of life. For me, it was a case of, oh wow, this looks so beyond cool. And then I saw it being streamed by, I think yourself, Baron, a few others, and I realized that, oh my God, I'm going to have to spend all my time playing this to
Yes.
kind of keep in. And you know what? I have no time. So it's
I
like,
know.
no, no, don't put it away, put it away.
I know, that's why I had to stop for now as well.
Yeah, and it was great because I've been using the Steam refund as well because sometimes I wake up after a purchasing binge and I go, wow, and it worked perfectly.
Well, that's good.
Um, yeah. So any other games that you've been playing that you want to give a shout out to?
Oh, God. Those are the ones I've really been playing for right now. Was that set. I honestly, I haven't even touched Star Citizen in a little bit.
What's that game started? I don't know. So on my side, I've been playing almost nothing. I've been laid up a bit, unfortunately, with an illness,
Yes.
which meant that I get home and I have to basically rest up for a bit. But I'm much better. Well, not much. I'm getting there. So I'll be doing a bit more playing the
More
two that I've
bottles.
more more battles with more bottles. So I've been playing of late two games. One I just played yesterday, and I actually found it um, just a little bit awesome. Called Space Run. Have you heard of it?
I have not heard of that.
Well, you're in space and you're running. Not like your legs because you need a jetpack. You actually imagine like a hexagonal pattern spaceship, and each hex is where you can place an item. So you've actually got a tower defense game in space.
Oh, okay.
And so you can pan and move the camera around, but you don't really move the ship. But what that means is, as you fly along, you're accumulating cogs actually, or nuts, bolts, nuts. Yeah, I was just trying to get as
Widgets.
many. No, actually, they called it nuts. I was trying to get as
Oh,
many
okay.
nuts as I could into my ship. Um, And you could build engines, turrets that you could then reposition, and a whole bunch of odds and sods. Meteors would attack you from various directions, pirates and whatnot, and your runs get harder and harder. And each run is probably only between 2 to 6 minutes, so you can really kind of go, "Oh, I can't believe I died. Do it again."
That's always a good
Um,
thing.
yeah, so I got it on Steam. I've only played 102 minutes of it, and it felt like 10. So it was a lot of fun.
You have to love those moments in gaming.
Yeah,
Where did
and
time go? Oh, crap.
it's the civilization bug.
Yes.
Um, and one of the other games I've been playing has been Fallout Shelter. So because I've been kind of laid
Lucky.
up, well, you say that. Let's put it this way, I've deleted it.
How
Because I've
much
been,
money did you spend?
if I say Hearthstone levels, will you understand?
Yes.
Yes. Um, I really love the game. It's 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 just touch and then pick someone up and then drop them off somewhere, and now they're working a power plant. You get them doing weights so they can be more like blah blah blah. And I just kind of really kind of got into it. It's Farmville without notifications and Hearthstone with the card unlocks. Um,
Oh,
so
that's so
in
dangerous.
yeah. So in a couple of days, I had a rather robust vault. I went for the primes, went 357 for my ID, and uh, and then I just realized that if I stay with this any longer, I'm going to be penniless. This is beyond Star Citizen levels
Ooh.
of irrational purchases. So I deleted it, walked away. Fantastic game. Just don't pay for a damn thing, and you'll love it, and you'll keep loving it. But don't be me. But yeah. So those are those. Have you bought any games in the Steam sale? Anything
Yeah,
you saw,
actually.
or do you want to give us
Um,
a quick list, see if we stack?
there was only one that I picked up in the sale that I remember off the top of my head, and that's Borderlands the prequel.
Yes, that's supposed to be quite good.
It's yeah, I did play that one too for a couple of hours with another streamer, a member of Bad News Gaming, HP Braincase, who was doing a 24-hour stream.
He's fan- hey, he's fantastic. Actually, he's dead awesome.
He is.
Totes amaze. Lovely guy. He did his 24-hour stream. So good on him. He raised $2,000 for, was it Child's Play?
Child's Play. Yep.
Awesome source. Is that only what? See, I kind of went a bit cray cray. I bought Space Colony, Infested Planet, Interstellar Marines, Cloud Chamber, Off-World Trading Company, Grav. I got Tales from the Borderlands, and a whole bunch of nonsense. So I'm kind of looking forward to kind of giving those a whirl, doing some more indie stuff on the channel. Oh, oh. So I don't know. People may know this, but I'm kind of a fan of the Shadowrun games. Have you played
Oh.
them, Grakees? They're the isometric.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. And there was a
Watch out.
Shadowrun. Well, there was a Shadowrun Dragonfall, which was the last one, and they've got Shadowrun Hong Kong is about to come out. Shadowrun Dragonfall, and I played it, and I thought it was pretty much almost Game of the Year material. And I was, when you get something just so good, have you ever kind of walked away from it, and then you go, I'll come back to it later, but I just wanted to, and
Yeah.
it's the vinegar strokes of gaming.
Yep.
And I walked away, and I came back to load it up. It was literally the final confrontation. Save was gone.
Oh.
So I had to console myself with watching a couple of videos, YouTube videos of the end, so I could go.
That stings.
Yeah, yeah. I wasn't a happy bunny. Um, but so what I'm kind of interested in is, it's been quite an, we've had a couple of weeks with, hang on, should we just, news. Um,
News.
Sting. Um, we've had quite a couple of weeks of nothing really happening too much
Yeah,
in the Star Citizen verse.
it's been pretty much the same info that we already knew, rehashed for people that might not have heard it.
Yes, but thankfully we've managed to fill the time in the forums and chat about what is better, keyboard or mouse, about what the difference between a $23 million game and an $85 million game, and why it really actually truly matters. So we've managed to kind of, stay relevant and topical as a community. So great for that. But
Yay!
yay! But hey, I've just seen HP Braincase's spooky ghost in chat. That's quite nice. Um, we were just talking about you. Good, congrats on the 2K for Child's Play. Yeah, I mean, this week, however, it's been quite a change. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
what do you want to kind of give us a couple of thoughts about what stood out for you?
Uh, yeah, them talking about, what was it, juke animations. That was the biggest news of the day.
Now, bear in mind, I am just a dead man walking when it comes to FPS. Can you explain Duke to me?
Uh, Juking is basically you stop a motion and immediately transition to another one. The biggest place that you might hear juking is actually more in sports terminology, like when you have American football, or even, European football. A player's making a motion towards someone, does a quick stop and cuts around them and completely leaves that other one standing there like, what the hell just happened? That's a juke. So
See,
it's a quick transition of motion.
now, here's how stupid I am. Is it Juke or Duke?
Juke.
Okay, because seriously, I had been thinking about various hereditary titles, and I am not joking. Is this like a Duke system? What does that actually mean? What's the etymology of it? I was actually confused. So that's pretty damn cool. Anything else that's been standing out for you? Because I know we've just had ATV, but is there anything? I mean, because you come from a background, shall we say, like myself, which is almost around product development or product lifecycle and making sure it works.
Yep.
Because I saw the 10.4 on Monday, and you could see them just be so happy that the questions actually were relevant to their profession and for the
They were
producers.
production questions,
Yeah,
and they were
yeah.
like, "Oh my God, we can talk about pipelines and the
I
new
got
systems
yeah,
coming into play," which doesn't thrill the community. But
yeah.
if you know how to read the language of development or listen to the language of development, things that they say about the pipelines and about the systems matter. They matter a lot. Um,
Yeah.
there have been statements from them in the past, and even up to recently, like, we just started doing code reviews, and making me go, ha, what? Wait, what? Huh? Or,
Well, one would assume they would still do code reviews, but maybe they've done a peer review reformat, or maybe they've taken the rubber ducky and they're showing it the code to see if they can feed back. There's a couple of approaches they may be taking.
but yeah, there's been statements like that, even now, like them talking about how they do the merges from mainline, made me go, wait, what? You don't have a staging system at this point? Because they
You,
even said that.
you
Um,
mean you put the
Flag
lime
Smasher.
in the coconut, you then drink the bowl up, you say, doctor. The yeah. Oh, I'm just seeing. I love it. 10 ton. You're a troll in chat because Captain Jimmy Dean didn't see ATV, and 10ton's response is, it was another useless episode where they said nothing. I'm gonna call bullshit. Um, but yeah, so that was good to see. But yeah, I mean, I think that the two big things that have happened in the community, I think, is just the benenation of the forums, because they've been, shall we say, virulent. Now, everybody may have their own opinion about various things. I have mine, so you may have yours.
It's true. We have opinions.
Yeah, we all have opinions.
Mine are formed by whatever chat wants, and they will give me money for. My opinions are paid for.
Mine are formed through a liquid refreshment. But the thing that I noticed was that Ben did kind of come out, and we've talked about the leak before in various forms, but I think one of the things that has kind of come out from that, and I don't want to say the leak was a good thing because I still think it wasn't, is that to show us things and give us a bit more kind of communication.
Yep.
So we've had more communication coming through. We've seen an awful lot more focus from Ben in the community. Now he's not even community manager anymore, so we'll see where that kind of goes.
Director of ship concept, is it?
Put it this way, his title is the same title I would want if I was 10 years old and I woke up and it was Christmas.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, here, think up cool things and make them happen.
Yeah, and that works. And that's all good. But the other piece was today's ATV. I mean, did you see the ship?
The Starliner.
Okay, so there were other things, because I know you and I were on chat previously, and you were starting to have a giggle attack. So do you want to kind of give us your kind of take on it, and what the various things you saw that kind of stood out for you?
Well, I have to make one quick shout out to my favorite ship ever. They said it's being made flight ready, and here you go, Doublar. You can clock it. Time to tally now.
Yeah, well, we have done it in 34 minutes. Quite impressive, sir. Actually, probably a little bit shorter if we take out the pre-show. But yeah, you've simply held it in for so long. I am so proud of you. So they're getting it ready for flight,
yes.
Which is, I think that's a good thing.
That's a very good thing, because that's a multi-crew ship, outright multi-crew. That's like saying Connie is being made flight ready. You hear that and you go, that requires multi-crew stuff. So flight ready Retaliator is a lot of multi-crew mechanics, which makes me go, yay, multi-crew.
Now, there was an interesting comment that Ben did in the forums where he basically said that, this is one of those ones where if you say it in enough words and then you trim it down, it looks positive, but without context, you don't know how true it is. He said that multi-crew was done.
First iterations of multi-crew are done from things that they've talked about.
I mean, we're not going to have it that while you're in your seat, you can press a button and like a screen open up and give you your 20 Rothman, so you can have a smoke in space.
Mark Abent, Bug Smasher. He's been working on. Yes, him. He's the one that's been working on implementing the multi-crew code, or one of them. They've talked about it in some of the episodes of Bug Smashers and other things when referring to him, and Reverse the Verses, how he's actually been thrown in to do a lot of that. So,
did you know that Mark was actually one of the programmers behind the Black Mesa port of Half-Life?
Seriously? I did not realize that.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he still is. It's kind of a hobbyist project, but yeah.
That's an impressive work too. So that's a hell of a resume to have.
Not bad. I think that's why he's in CIG.
Yeah.
It was kind of interesting. I really liked this episode. It was good to have Sandy back, and it was good to see how they approached the sneak peek. They really kind of opened up and showed us the super nuts, as it were. Nuts twice in a row this time.
Nuts. Sitting in a couple of boxes right here on screen for you.
You made that cleaner than I had in my mind.
I had to turn it that way real quick.
Yeah, but for me, it's like I've told you about this, about where I wasn't sure where I was going to be with the Genesis Starliner. I've actually been prepping for the great big melt in case I was actually going to get one. And if I'm going to get one, there is one ship I have to mount. Can you guess what it is?
Oh, please tell me it's not the 890.
No.
Okay, good.
Dear God, man, what are you like? No, it's the tally.
Oh, well, Tally's not for everyone. It's my favorite ship of all the ships.
Damn, I thought I'd get a rise.
Nope.
But yeah, no, I mean, it's like I love the look and feel of the tally, but quite frankly, I've only got one ship in my hangar. But when I look at that one ship in my hangar, it seems like I've almost got quite a lot of that one ship in my hangar.
Yeah.
Um, so I think it's probably best not to add more to it. And when I look at the kind of the roles and various things, I don't see the tally as being a role that I would be playing in PU. Um,
The
just reading some of the
Genesis
chat comments.
Starliner, though, that is a worthy ship to melt the Tally for, seriously. That, from what they showed. Oh, man.
Yeah, although to be honest, just looking at chat, I think I've got three names for three ships now. I've got wolves, nipple, chips. So I'll be the wolf, and I'll have two wingmen.
You should name it all of that.
I should. Nipples, nipple chips to me, said like a man. Um, so I guess from my kind of view, I was looking at the Starliner going, is this the ship that I would be interested in getting because I think it's a fantastic emerging gameplay idea. I'll be very curious to see where this goes. And I then said, well, I have an 890.
Which is your
How does
luxury ship.
Yeah, and I've got a Phoenix. I
Which
mean,
is a luxury ship.
at which point do I say stop with the
Dublar
luxury
likes
ships?
the luxury ships. I think there's a trend here. If you get
I have
the
no idea
luxury
what you're
variant,
talking about.
if you get the luxury variant of the Genesis Starliner, you have the three in their tiers. You have the Phoenix at the smaller one, then you have the Starliner, then you have your
It's
890.
like the Russian nesting dolls.
A
So
turducken. It's a spaceship turducken of luxury. It's a luxury turducken, so it's all rare and exotic endangered spaceships that you deliciously prepared for yourself.
and inside at the very base is either the Archimedes 72 or a X85. Inside baseball.
It's the
So
X85 with the 72 inside.
yeah. So here's this. I'm fairly certain I'm not going to get it because I don't want to get any more ships. I want to consolidate, and if I consolidate, I want to probably try to go for a Corvette. And I'm off to CitizenCon, and I'm so hoping that we'll get a voucher or something, as they did with the 890. That would
Yeah.
be so awesome. Um, but and to be honest, I still have when the PU goes live, I'll probably either give away ships, lend ships, or sell ships because I do have too many, and you might as well pay it forward.
Rent them
The,
out
the
for cash.
Yeah, could definitely do, but um, two things to talk about. Just the sheer aspect of the white boxing and what you thought of how they approached that, and we're talking ugly, yet the sexiest kind of ugly. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. And also the troop carrier, cause seriously, that to me was awesome.
That was mwah. That one was just beautiful. And it was the right kind of ugly because you could see how ugly it is to white box initially, but then you could see the progress made to take something from that into this beautiful layout when you know what to look for within what they're feeding to you, and seeing that white boxing layout, that's what the community wants when they see a concept. They want to see the thought process behind it.
What was kind of fun for me was just looking at that and going, so here's the luxury areas, and it's like, those are sim pods.
Oh, yeah. The Simpod. Well, those are just placeholders, obviously.
Yeah, I
They
know, but
they
I
don't have
love
the
the
art.
placeholders. It's
Yeah,
like
it's like
this is like when you had those wooden blocks or Lego and TM patent pending. I'm told I'm a little tinny in the sound. I'm just going to make a couple of quick changes.
coming through
But
okay
yeah,
for me, but again, my hearing is crap. So
Well, maybe I'm just two 1920s. Hello. Okay, Bob mix are fine. So what I absolutely loved was it was like when you play Fort, when you kind of get a couple of books up and then you put a sheet over it, and so white boxing is basically,
It's
you
playing with
know,
it's fancy Legos. It's fancy uh, imagination building. It is. It's use your imagination and put the pieces together.
and I like that. I like that, and that's about as rough as you can get in terms of showing. And this is the ship. I mean, you could see they had an external kind of beauty wireframe, uh, thing that they could have maxed up, and we'll probably see more of that tomorrow. But they just showed us the dirties.
And we loved it.
I love the dirties.
There were very few complaints I saw about people showing that. Everyone was pretty enthralled by the little details and nitty gritties.
Yeah. But now from the troop carrier, I mean, I was imagining your reaction when you saw that come up because I went, oh.
It, yeah, the troop carrier, and then how they. I want that briefing room back, though. I know they got rid of it to add the workout room after detail. I want the briefing room. I
Fantastic.
want the briefing room back in there.
You have the CAGs just stand there berating people. I know these words because I watched BSG.
I know.
But the thing for me was I that gives that such amazing potential because just imagine if you're an org or a group of people, it's like, hey, let's all get into a ship, fly somewhere, and do some stuff, and not get shot and killed as we go there. That could be. So I've just been asked in chat, about Doublar Thackery, what does CAG stand for? Biohazard 92. I couldn't possibly tell you because it would be improper. It would be very, very, very
This clearance
improper.
level isn't high enough to know.
Yeah. You have to be Biohazard 93. I mean, I'd like to tell Tika 88, but, 5 ranks under. What can you do? My gain is too much. I'm making one small change on my gain.
Yeah, I think your gain might be turned up a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, that should be a little bit better. Biohazard, that was a trade secret. Don't say that it's commander of the air group because, people aren't meant to know that.
There's no air in space, though.
So I really loved those ships, but there was one oddness in the show, which is, as much as I love James, as much as I love that segment, I actually thought that would have been better as part of ship shape. I was kind of surprised it wasn't kind of rolled into that.
Yeah, I thought that would have fit better in ship shape as well. But James does the interviews, it seems, so I think that's how they rolled it that way. He's like their interview guy.
But at the very least, it should have been a handover, a pass from ship shape across to him instead of through the Ben channels. But yeah, I mean, those were the main things that kind of stood out for me this week. Is there anything else that you see?
Yeah, I love the new segment that they've been doing.
Glitch.
Which glitch?
Whenever I hear that, I keep thinking it's like a children's book about a witch and a cat.
That, because I myself come from a background of QA, is just so much fun to me because we see all those little bugs and no one ever gets to
hug everybody. I love
her. I still want to hug every cat.
Oh.
And you know who the guy who hosts it, the main guy, is, right?
No.
That's Xylo. Yeah, bring on Adon Xylo.
Oh, that's awesome! I can now put a face to the name. I did not twig. But to be honest, I like Witch Glitch. Not because we can't see video. This video audio is just a thing. It's the fact that you can smell the crazy off them.
Oh yeah.
This is the crazy that comes from testing the same thing again and again. It's that survivor moment where you look around at everybody and go, we're in this together, guys and girls.
What
and it
as you're
really comes
starting
through.
to
And it's
cook the one person's who's fallen's leg, that moment,
yes, yes, yes. That's pretty much
it's
it.
the alive moment.
Is this the Donner Party? So yeah, I just loved it, and I could just listen to them goof off. They're quite awesome. Um, Anything else from your side? Because to me, I was just kind of taken by the level of communication this week. I know there'll be people complaining and whatnot, but I think they're actually really trying to reach out. I got a couple of pictures from my Banu merchantman.
Oh, that's right. I saw that on the forums.
Yeah. Now, grumpy cat people will go, "It wasn't what I wanted. It was just the old ones." Other people going, "Well, it's game design. It takes time." But look, they showed a bit of leg.
Ankle.
A bit of ankle, and in the austere Victorian times that we now live in, that's quite something.
Yes.
So yeah, I was quite happy with just that, the general level of communication. I hope it maintains. It's that kind of thing where you've got so many moving parts, you can take your eye off the ball and you think everything's fine, and it kind of caters, careens out. But yeah,
And there were some grumpy posts with people like, well, why is it a lower priority? Why aren't you working on this? The Merchantman is such an amazing ship. You should be doing more with it. And they're just like, it has nothing to do. We have a timetable. No.
yes, your timetable and your imagination is more awesome than any ship, and that's
Not in
just the
their
way of it.
case.
Not in their case. Well, I mean, I'm a Banu. I'm not a filth. Well, I'm a filthy Banu lover.
But you have
Um,
imagination. That's why you're patient. You can picture these things. They have none. So
I
so
can
they
I
need
can
the pictures fed.
I can picture myself gently rolling away from one enemy ship and slamming into an even bigger asteroid.
I
It's
think
just
we've seen that live.
it's gonna happen all the time. So yeah, I think that's mostly for the starters and conversation part of it all. Unless there's anything that you want to add to it.
No, no, that was pretty much the major portions. I mean, they're being more open. We can see it. We can see it coming through on
Mm,
ATV. We can see it coming through in the forums. It's starting to trend back towards that openness again. They closed down for a little while, and
mm.
now they're just like, we don't have anything, but here's stuff we didn't show you before, so you have something. And
Yeah,
sometimes we
yeah.
don't have anything.
And that happens. The frustration from all sides, their side as well, must be incredible. So fair play to them. Um, is there anything happening in the world of space
I
that you
didn't
want to?
see anything in the world of space. Well, I actually
Well,
did
did
see
you
an
saw
article
something?
today.
You did see an article, yeah.
I
What
saw a
was
couple
that?
of articles today. One article is that NASA is working with. Yes, we have a wire
Space.
coming in.
What's on the wire? What did you get?
Two articles. First one, NASA is currently working with the nuclear science. I can't remember their full name. But essentially a plan to be able to launch a nuke up to an asteroid if we see it incoming, detonate it not at the asteroid because we don't want to bust it up, but somewhere near it, so that the force of the explosion will actually push the asteroid just a little bit. So that you change its velocity and trajectory just a tiny bit. So guess what? It doesn't hit Earth anymore.
So here's what we do, right? When we use this,
Bruce
I
Willis.
mean, exactly. But let it be like 35, 40 years in the future, where an aging, decrepit Bruce Willis is brought into a small bunker near mission control. He doesn't even have to go into space. And he just goes, ah, pushes the button, and the missile will blow his thing and explode, and then he will blow up as well.
No, no, we need to Master Chief him, so we have to put him into cryostasis and bring him out every time the button needs to be pressed, but just for pressing a button.
Instead of having his Cortana, do you think it's a hologram of Demi Moore?
Huh.
Wake me up
Before you
when I
go.
before you go. But yeah, in chat we got a really lovely thing that's just happened recently. Is the stamp collector of probes? The Philae woke up.
Oh,
Did you hear about this?
no, I did not hear about this.
So, for those of us who may have missed parts of this, the there was an asteroid that was flying around it was in our solar system. It was in our solar system. It was very far away. Technical. And rather than assign me to hit it, because I can do that so easily, they sent an unmanned probe, and this probe. Just think about it. It's the million to one kind of shot. This is how cool things have got. We went from here all the way and straight in, and we landed in like an overhang, a cliff, a dark side. And the thing about these probes is they
Solar.
require, yeah, but they calculated there'd be a period of darkness followed by a period of light, and we've hit that period, and it came back online.
Oh, so
Um,
not only can we do the shot up into space, hit the asteroid, land on it, we can just leave it there to sit and wait until it gets some sunlight and then goes, "Hey guys!"
yeah, that's pretty damn awesome. I still can't program my TV, but we're getting there.
Well, they still can't
Uh,
program all their landers either, as
yeah.
we proved with Mars.
So yeah, it had that thing had like from Biohazard 92 had like 4 gravity assists around Earth and Mars to get out there. That's kind of awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
slingshot all the things.
Yeah. So I think we've pretty much kind of covered most of the things we wanted to talk about. We did have a rough kind of idea of what we want to discuss. There is one last thing, which Grakees, it was a definition of the week, because I think it'd be kind of good if we start to look at, because I talk about X85 and the Archimedes P72. There's a certain level of terminology that's baked into our brains because, nerds. So on the off chance that new people to Star Citizen or even space sims in general, from Kerbal Space Program all the way, um, is there, we should probably kind of focus on a little kind of terminology, a little kind of code word or something. So do you have any in your mind immediately that we can kind of discuss, or shall we ask chat?
We should ask chat something to give a definition because I didn't have anything prepared.
Yeah, no, neither did I, because this is the only preparation you needed.
First
Uh,
episode! It
First
goes well.
episode. I'm just glad we have a name, patent pending. So yeah, chat. Do you have any terminology from Star Citizen or elsewhere that you'd like us to make up a response to? Totally legit response. We wouldn't lie to anybody.
Or
Just to
would
ask
we?
for it to be CAG, because Starliner gameplay. That's more talking fiction.
That's
Rather
all
than,
speculation. That's not so much
yeah.
definition.
We could definitely speculate, but we should probably leave that post reveal where they'll give us a bit more detail. But if there's any kind of, we all know what LTI. Well, some of us, we don't want to even go down. Crab fighting is it a thing? Thank you, Parrot Math. Yes, crab fighting is a thing in the universe, and if you are a crab fighter, see your doctor.
There's
Uh,
also the new crabs that we saw in the bugs. Remember the squished legs that were kicking out?
oh
Crab
yes,
walking?
I want that to be a pet, as was said
It reminds me of Metal Gear Solid, except miniature.
Okay, what is the PU?
There we go.
Bio, that's exactly what I do at work. Um, so yeah, Mamelot says, what's the PU? So let's start with that. Grakees.
That is the PU is shortened down version of the name Persistent Universe. Persistent Universe is what is essentially going to be the open gameplay portion of Star Citizen. The full game, when it is ready, going to the planets, going to the different parts in the systems, all this encompassing overall thing that is Star Citizen is the Persistent Universe.
Now, what's interesting about that is there was always talk of a persistent universe, but Squadron 42 was the main focus. As you know, once we were at the 2 or 3 million mark, and then we could start to build out. So the persistent universe is where you can either go straight into it, or you can play the Squadron 42, which is the single player missions with co-op options.
And then your character has backstory.
Yeah. Or you can play the Squadron 42, steal a ship, bugger off, and be in the PU as well, supposedly.
Yes. So then you could be sort of a outlaw.
And there's also options of you can not do Squadron 42, but play it off and on, and that will then affect your character in game, supposedly.
Action stuff.
Well,
they're still working on it.
Yeah, they're still working on it. But now, so the PU is really the playground where we'll all be playing or dying or doing good deeds for other people, running taxi services, whatever. It's however you want. But
mugging them when running your taxi service.
Hugging them into a sun. But also, I just want to do a cleanup between the PU and the PTU.
Yes, there's definitely a cleanup to be had because it does confuse people.
Yeah, it does confuse people. So the PTU is the Persistent Test Universe. It's so we I'm laughing as I'm saying this. We get frequent patch releases of Star Citizen, which we can then play around with. But they've since created the test. What was I forgot the PTU section, which allows them to roll out some potential changes and get tweaks off a smaller sampling of people. It's optional for you to sign in. Things could be awesome, things could be buggy, and
more often than not buggy.
Yeah, and the kind of vibe I've seen in chat and the forums and whatnot is they'll start to do look at how to make this a bit more radical. Take a couple of the ideas from people, throw it in, see how it all kind of works. Let's see. We've got a few other ones coming through. So the crab fighting was strafe fighting in Arena Commander. I didn't even know it was called crab fighting. I just thought it was dodging.
It's the side-to-side motion and up-down, but really it's 6DOF fighting. It's very few people call that crab fighting. It's strafe fighting, typically, is what it's referred to as. I've heard, like, 1, maybe 2 people call it crab fighting ever. Typically, it's circle strafing or strafe fighting.
But when I hear crab fighting, I just think of Zoidberg. And I know he's a lobster. Is he a lobster? What is he? He's an alien, doesn't matter. Now, we've moved on from the terminology. There are a couple of questions in chat. We'll probably take just one more, and then we can call it. Underscore test says, do you think there will be space accountants and a stock market? Grakees.
Space accountants? No. Stock market? Yes.
Yes. The space accountants will be up to you. The power was within you all along.
Everyone will be their own accountant.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, when we min-max like we've been doing so far with imaginary spaceships, there will be accountants.
Everyone will be one because they'll all want the most money.
I'm gonna fire the weapons that have the best colors. So there will be a stock market of one form or another. I don't know if it will be like the GTA level equivalent of they'll promise it and we'll never get it.
I think it'll be a feature down the road. I don't think it'll be there at launch, but I do think they're going to implement a stock market at some point.
Yeah, that would be kind of awesome. The one thing about this is the game enjoyment is, for me, experience. That's why they're always focusing the fidelity and that kind of language.
Yep.
But the mentality that an awful lot of gamers carry is to min-max. And therefore they want to excel at various things. And one of those key excels will be money. Because in many people's mind, more money means you can get to the end of the game, which of course isn't what Star Citizen PU is about.
It's all about explore and
the
exist.
experience, yeah. So what I could see happening is with an improperly balanced stock market, suddenly everybody's rich, or certain people are rich, and that has in people's mind a power balance shift of whatever nonsense. It wouldn't, but it would. I think before a stock market comes in, there almost needs to be a kind of like a cultural rethink of some of the redundant thoughts people can sometimes have about this kind of game.
But then you could also do things like have the advocacy group, which is the whatever they're called, the ones that are basically the space lawyers in the game that they're going to have. They said they're going to have them that actually will take things like in-game lawsuits and petitions. And then you could have things like an SEC type of filing against anyone that gets super rich, grab their characters, send the cops after them, and put them in jail and take their money.
I want a space Judge Judy. The thing that's interesting is, and we'll probably touch on this as we get closer and closer in the game, is that they've got an MMO PU style, which is so not like an MMO. They've completely removed levels. And yet you can imagine the stock market being exactly the one thing that allows characters to conceptually level, at least in those people who game it. So, I think there's some interesting design mechanics that have to be kind of worked on there.
I just want to sit in my workroom and tinker with stuff. I'm gonna figure out how to overclock everything. I'm gonna figure out how to make lasers and guns and all the weapons in the game fire whatever color I want.
I can imagine myself going into your tinker room, or however you want to call it, and going, I am so what have you been overclocking? And it's like there's smoke and debris, and you've got this kind of laser whatever in your hand, and you go, I've managed it, the perfect overclock. And I go, what is it? My goggles. Anything can blow up and I'm not blind. Because that's what's going to happen.
Yes, it's so true.
Yeah, you brand yourself, you're Acme. You're the Acme of lasers.
I'm going to form the Acme Corporation in Star Citizen now.
Awesome. So I just want to say I think that's us for this, the inaugural of the Late Night Vacuum, patent pending or trademark. Let's find out if it sticks. Grakees, I've had real great fun chatting, and it's been great hanging out with chat.
Yes, it has. We're back once again. We'll figure out a name.
Yeah, we'll get there, and we'll do a whole bunch of other things. We'll dust and whatnot, but it's been awesome, and good luck, everyone. See you in the verse.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
And we can cut it there.
Oh, so yeah, are we still live?
Yeah, we are still live.
Hello, everybody.
I just had an edit point there, so I left us live for a post show.
Awesome.
The late night void.
The late night void. Yeah. So I'm going to just quickly type in. Still here. But yeah, so I hope people enjoyed that. That was fairly off the cuff. And we did it in an hour.
Yep. We had general topics that we wanted to talk about and cover and things, but we figured that we could hit the topics.
Yeah. Hopefully I didn't pull us through too fast or
nope.
too strongly.
No, not at all. We were hitting on all the notes and everything else, and whenever we needed to go back, we went back.
Works for me.
Yep.
And
I forgot to talk about the racing. Yeah.
Because that's what I thought we were going to come up to.
Yeah.
But
then we went off somewhere, and I forgot until now. It happens. Yeah, drone racing. Yeah. Now, the little.
Quick one to anybody. Thank you for highlighting the game. I feel like a jerk. Thank you for. Hopefully that's improved the audio, and we'll kind of keep it like that. Yeah, tell us about this drone racing.
Yeah, there was an article I saw online that had. There was a group in Australia that was doing drone racing, and they're little quadricopters, except they put a camera on there and recorded it so that you could
So
see the drone racing.
it's those tiny wee ones, or is it
No,
big ones?
they're probably you can see my head, so about maybe a little smaller than my head, and four rotors on
It's
it.
a big head.
I have a large head. Uh, Four little rotors on it and everything else. Yes,
Okay.
Parrot, I can splice videos, but yeah, four rotors, and they put a camera on there so that they could record point of view flying from the drone while doing racing. So they had this like little, basically it was a big empty warehouse that they had like an area that they set up and flew around, and they were racing each other, and they did it from the point of view. And I just thought, oh, can you imagine if you could somehow hook that feed into the feed of an Oculus to do it live, and then you would do live drone racing with an Oculus? Oh
That
man,
that would be absolutely lovely. Um, mm. Oh, actually, to be honest, it would be lovely, and then there'd be screams, and then there'd be vomit. Because I think you could pull shit in that you know might affect you. But actually, talking about the Oculus, we have had at E3 and we've had at various reveals. Um, I'm still tempted for an Oculus or the Steam equivalent, but looking at the processing specs that you would need to make it actually worthwhile,
oh, you need a power system.
yeah, that's gonna be something.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my two 2001 obelisks on my desk over there, and as much as I love them, I don't know if I could upgrade them again without serious problems.
It would require a whole new system, but I still want it because it's VR and the haptic feedback, is that the term, controls the
Hmm.
two, yeah, with where essentially you're getting real weight and sensation out of it. It's like ah, actual could now you just need the little contraption where you run and it actually acts as running for your character and everything else, so you can crouch and stuff.
What's interesting is there was a Kickstarter I backed, which is coming out now with like a gamepad, but in two parts. So you've got more kind of ergonomic controls for FPS and various odds and sods, and I don't. It's not as smoothly designed as a ring as the OR has, but that could be quite. And I'm going to be have fun kind of trying that out just generally in Star Citizen and other games.
Yeah.
Bio's saying Quad-Sil 980 Ti. Is this about the new Terminator movie? Skynet processors. Um, yeah, yeah.
I want Skynet processors. That thing was a powerful machine.
The eye tracking thing, that would be a lovely thing to get as well. There's been a couple of variants, ones which allow you to actually see, so you can hit a button or whatever, or flick something, you can actually see out. I'm really interested in the Steam one. I know there's some insane overclock thing, which basically looks like a mix between Bono's shades for his Zooropa tour and Deadmau5. Um, yeah, and there's the eye tracker. I know Baron, Bad News Baron uses that now. It looks kind of cool, but I haven't really
It doesn't
kind of
have any functionality really, though. That's the only
no.
problem. It doesn't have anything where you can like emulate a mouse. So if you're looking with that, you could look around, and
Mm,
then with another thing, you could be aiming with like head track, and you can't do that. It shows where you're looking, but it doesn't have a lot of integration right now.
yeah.
It needs it.
Bio, I'm seeing what you're writing, but every time I try to read it and process it, my credit card starts to hurt. So I'm a bit confused.
What
Yeah,
Biohazard is
Lamb.
saying there is he's going to be buying both of us quad SLI GeForce 9 GTX
Oh,
980 Ti's.
bless you, you wonderful bugger.
I
The
I'm so thank you, Biohazard, for
That is
doing
really
that.
quite awesome. I take back everything I've said. Anyhow, but yeah, no, yeah, Lamb, Starbreeze's VR, the massive widescreen VR headset, the one that actually would probably kill you. It's like, oh, this is great. My head. Yes, except with a bank heist. We should do a GTA job one time. and then if we just believe hard enough, it will become real.
or we just say we're playing VR version of GTA 5 and walk around and actually do it. It's just a video game.
Yeah, don't worry. We've just drilled into this bank vault, and we've reprogrammed all the traffic lights. We're fine.
But we're wearing a
Helicopter.
VR headset, so it makes it a video game. We can't be prosecuted.
It's like helicopters. Yeah, sure, we can fly them. But it's just stick up and down. Yeah. Oh. How drunk are you? By not drunk enough. I have a constitution like you would not believe.
I'd believe it.
But no, it's a case of I like some of the finer things in life. Good company, good alcohol. It's a thing. And this is the best. This is Ron Zacapa, 23-year Solera rum. It's Guatemalan. It is beyond delicious, and I so recommend you try some. Yes, Carl, my whistle is very wet. But yeah, are you going to be doing streaming after this?
I will not be this evening. My aunt is coming in from out of town, and I'm going to the airport. I found out about that like 5 minutes before showtime.
Bugger.
Yeah, she lives out in California and is coming in, and I thought she was going to be in tomorrow, but she's going to be in tonight, and it's like, hey, we're all going to the airport and dinner and stuff, and I'd already told her I would be there for it, so
Okay.
it's like, ha, oh.
Do you know what you should do is, as you're driving back from the airport, just go, hey, could we stop off at an off license? We just need to stock up. Yeah. To be honest, there's a couple of things I want to do with Jim. Earlier tonight, I was drinking gin tonic with cucumber infusion. It was quite lovely.
Ooh, sounds delicious.
That's what I do.
I need vintage.
Hmm?
I need some vintage. That's also what I need. Oh,
What's
I
a
think
vintage?
vintage brand seltzer water, Captain Richard vintage.
Oh, okay. You have to understand. We call it sparkling.
Uh, but yes, I need vintage, and I think that would go quite lovely with some really good vodka.
Do you know what? Yeah, I agree.
Oh, that is, I like that vodka. We
It's
have
quite
that.
nice.
It's actually pretty cheap here too.
Yeah, that's exactly why I have it.
Bottle about that size, I think, is $16.
Yeah, underscore has given us seltzer in the chat. Mammon has people that bothers me. People concerned that seltzer will be 100 gigabytes. It's actually a fantastic. Hang on. Out of conspiracy, fantastic bait and switch because it's people look at the size of the gigabytes, but not the cost in their wallets.
Yeah.
um, but yeah, no. To be honest, we're in an age. This is like no offense to all the PC master race, but we're in a Steve Jobs transition now, where they go, we don't need hard drives, we don't need floppy drives, we don't need any of that kind of stuff. We're doing our own thing, and then the market catches up. And the size and of this is it's going to be over 100 gig. I mean, let's be honest with you.
I feel bad for people with caps on their internet when they go to
Yeah,
download this for the
yeah,
first time.
they will need to
Oof.
kind of figure something out. Sparkling water and seltzer, is that like an ethnic shibboleth? Underscore test. So it will be very interesting. I mean, I think I've mentioned this before. Is uh, almost like if we had like kind of like a Dropbox mailing list or something where because even if you, from my understanding, even if you had the game, it does not mean you can play the game unless you're a backer because of the auth procedures.
Yep.
So theoretically, if there was a way that we could produce, say, 200. Now, I'll make sure this is completely legally safe. So be careful what I'm saying. We produce copies of the game and then mail it to people in Australia and Africa, places where the internet,
So multiple DVD or Blu-ray or that sort of thing.
something, anything. I think that could be quite good. But the thing is, I wouldn't want that to happen. I wouldn't want that to be a cause. Um, because the solution, or if there is a solution, needs to come first step from CIG,
Yep.
and then
But as an
after that,
emergency, people could do it as a
yeah, and
backup
just
procedure.
well, and just kind of see what kind of happens. But
Well, people torrent it right now to help other people out
yeah,
with
and they
speeds
and
of
they're
download and
and
everything. And
they're okay with that.
yeah, so I don't see like if people did it as a not a way to make money. If you were doing it as a way to get an income out of it, that would
Yeah,
be a no-no. But if you did it
yeah.
as a service just to help the community, I doubt CIG would have a problem with that because you're doing it as a service without any monetary gain.
Yeah, there have to be ways, and there could be approaches, but that is for another time. I shall love you and leave you. It's midnight 20 here. I'm up in 6 hours, so I've got to do the buggery off thing.
And I'm off to the airport.
Yeah, that's going
In
to be fun.
actually in 30 minutes, but
I wonder who's going to have a better evening.
well, it depends on if I can get to the store in time.
Yeah, right now I'm melting. My dehumidifier cut out about 40 minutes ago, so I need to time my cleanse. But here, take care, everyone. Have an absolutely lovely time. And of course, you can find Grakees here pretty
On
much
this
every
channel.
day
And
on this channel.
Doublar, I want him to link his own channel in
Oh,
chat for
do I
all of you.
have to?
Yes.
How do I do it? Okay, hang on.
If you can spell your own name, you can link it in chat.
Okay, there you go. Hit follow. I play space games, saucers, and sometimes when my leg is okay, odds and sods. I'm semi-infrequent. I've not been well. I'm trying to get more regular. I'm taking fiber. And hit follow. And I'm doing a giveaway. Oh dear God, yeah, I'm doing it. If when let's be optimistic.
There
When I
you
hit
go.
250 followers, I'm giving away 2 ships: an Avenger and Miss Reliant.
Nice.
Yeah. So happy, joy. Right, I've got to bugger off. Take care, everyone.
Night, everybody.
Bye.